Alright, here we go again. We have a chance to once again play the Dutch defense, so I will take it because this is what I basically want to practice as my defense. They go there. Interesting choice. What do we want to do in response to that? It's still to just move our knight up. Okay. Okay. Now what? Now what are you thinking about? They're thinking. They are, in fact, thinking. So they chose to move that piece. We are going to simply move here. Now we can move this pawn and gain control of the center, which would be a bad choice. We instead want to develop into the center this way. I don't know why they moved their queen out. That is a very strange play. We'll simply respond by putting our pawn there. Pawn's defended by the knight and the queen. So if they take here, I can still take with the bishop. And if they chose to take the pawn in response, we take the queen. Okay, they chose to push up with the knight. That is a play. That is in fact a play. So let's see here. What do I like most? Moving my queen out and putting threat on going on any of my tiles. No, I don't like that as much as you think. Instead, maybe moving the bishop out is the correct play, or pushing the pawn. No, I think the correct play is probably to go up here with the knight. Right? Up here? Up here threatens going here or here. If I go here, I threaten 2 pawns. Sure, we'll just go there. What would you like to do? Okay, they are thinking. They are thinking. They are thinking. Okay, they have decided to go there. Why? Why did you decide that? Oh, it's to defend your bishop in a really awkward roundabout way. Do we just want to, what do we want to do in this situation? I can just castle. Am I leaving anything really hanging? Besides this pawn, not really leaving that pawn hanging. So we just probably want to develop like so. This is more of a scared defense, but it is a defense nonetheless. Interesting choice, interesting choice. What does that do? It basically makes it so if they take with their pawn, I can't. Well, I can take back, so I don't really know what that decision was supposed to do. But let's just castle. This is a very weird opening from them. I think just in the opening phase, I think I'm in a better position of them, but I just gotta make sure I don't throw it into the trash. That is all we have to make sure. And I do like pushing my bishop up 1, freeing my queen, which would then allow me to get a check off. Yeah, I think actually, am I missing a win? If I move my queen here, they get checked. They can't go that way. Okay, they did see it before me. So we are still going. Do we still want to threaten it? They're threatening this pawn right now, which is incredibly weak. So what would we want to do in this situation? It's if they take this pawn, what can I do to stop it? Not really much of anything. Well, I guess my bishop is defending it. So we do probably want... What do we want here? I do like my queen getting freed, but at what cost? At what cost? See if they make a silly play now. Okay, they do decide to make a silly play. Okay, they want to threaten me like so. So we can just simply go back. They chose to take. Correct play, of course, is to take with the king. Sure. Okay, they chose to take there. Okay, the simplest choice. Now they got a bunch of threat right there. So if I take, I end up in the worst situation. So instead, we're just simply going to move this pawn up. Allowing us to, of course, take with this pawn, which is defended by this. This is defended here. They chose to go right there. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Because now what's stopping me from just taking this pawn? Now what? Okay. You want to threaten me there. So in response, what can we do? Can I get you in check anywhere? I can't. I can take here. You just take my queen. If we move the queen here, they are checked. And they can't go out the other side, and they can't take... Oh. Hey, Dutch defense works every time, just as planned. Scene, look, ignore the fact that it says, okay, let's see why it says 2 blunders. Let's ignore that. Probably because of the missed win. Oh, let's go back until it actually tells me. Okay, book. White's a little bit stronger now because they have control of the center. Then we gain a little bit of control back. We should have pushed our pawn up. Look, that's not the Dutch defense if we do that. Come on. Okay. Okay, it liked that. We go here. They go there. Inaccuracy. The correct play was to move back and defend with your bishop. They want me to take, so they're probably going to tell me to take quite a few times here. They still want me to take. They want to take. They want me to take there. They move there. We move back. Boom. Boom. The correct play would have been to take. I guess taking their knight, they take our knight. We can then take with our pawn instead. Yeah, so there's a blunder from them. And that was the game. Did I have any blunders? I thought it told me I had 2 blunders. What? Wait a minute, what? I see a lot of mistakes, but I don't see any blunders. I only see a blunder from them. Yeah, what? It says 2 blunders. What? It's lying to me. Even in its own analysis, it says there is only 1 blunder and it's on the opposite team. Okay, chess.com. We're gonna have a talk about this. Oh, you want to start me off with a kingside opening again? Oh, interesting. You want a Scandinavian me. Alright, buckaroo. let's simply, what do we want? We can go here. Now what? Trying to Scandinavian me. I think that's what that's called, Scandinavian. Where basically they take, and basically they get their queen out as fast as possible is the goal. Very interesting choice. Very interesting choice indeed. What do we want to do here? We can move here, bring up this bishop, or we can move our knight to gain control because they need to defend here, and they'll have to play over here. Interesting. They chose to push. Very interesting. So the correct play from us now is to do something a little bit freaky. Let's get a little bit freaky. Are you gonna do push again? Are you out of your mind? Will you push again? How? Look, my dude from France. You're actually supposed to be playing at 800. What is this low tier play where you just trap your pawn? Okay, you want to, of course, counterplay my knight. So if I push up, nah. I do like the threatening right here, but I have nothing to back that play up. Unless I pin the queen. So should we do classic triangle formation? That doesn't free me up. Only that really frees me up by moving here. But then we lose our knight, so I guess the correct play is to fall back with the knight. Which their correct play now is to take with their other bishop. But will they see that? Because now I can just go into here. So let's see what roundabout way this match goes. The best play, of course, is to trade. That is the best play right now for black. Okay, they're thinking still. I don't know why. Your best play is clearly right. Yeah, so about that. About that indeed. Yeah, that was not a good move, I don't think, from them. Because now my knight is safe again. And it's also protected by this bishop here. So I believe my correct play is to simply now, what do we want to do? We can go into here, but that blocks this bishop, which currently can only go out this side. Let's free up this bishop. Now also put more protection on this pawn. And then we can simply go, here is our plan, to pin the knight to the queen, or perform a trade. Because if we trade, we should hopefully... Oh, no, they want to attempt to put me in a bad situation. So the correct play here is to move our bishop up. Okay, now what? Now what, buddy? Interesting. But you do realize that my knight is in fact defended, whereas you have currently left yourself in a little bit of a tricky situation now to navigate. Let's see, how complicated can we get it for this poor Frenchman? Patoche 45. Hopefully that's not 1945. I don't want to be bullying some old man here. What you gonna do? What are you going to do? You choose to take. So of course I take back. I do want to free up this rank so I can castle queenside. Okay, but they are going to try and force my hand to mess up my pawn structure. Which we will accept. Alright, now they are thinking yet again. The wrong play is to push the pawn forward. That is not what you want to do. Interesting. They're choosing to stack, which we are going to stack as well, but just quicker. Okay, wow, they're choosing to also castle. But now we simply want to start moving up more pieces. So we can simply go here and put more threat that way, or we can put more threat on it this way. And then now we can move the knight over. No, we won't want to move the knight over. Correct play would probably be to push the bishop up. Okay, now you want to threaten this pawn. Interesting choice. Interesting choice indeed. They are threatening this pawn or going here. So what we want to do is it's very simple. We do not want them to go there. So how do we stop them from going there? Because if they go there, they threaten the queen and the king with a check. And if we go up by one, well, actually they can't take. So the correct play is to just go like so. Actually, it was one more. We messed up. There's nothing stopping you from just taking now. Yep. We cannot do anything to stop this. We have 100% screwed ourselves. So the correct play now is going to cry as we lose our queen. Yep. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Now what? Because you no longer threaten the center file, whereas I do. We want to develop these pieces. We want to do that. I don't know why he chose not to go down in that situation. So let's think about this. Let's think. We want to free up our back rank, but if he moves his rook down the center file, we are in a really bad position. Ooh, so what would be the correct play here? What would be the correct play? I can go here. No. You go up here. Let's just go here. Okay. Forcing me to go back. We want to go this side, right? No, because then that leaves the knight undefended. We have to go this way. What are they thinking about? The correct play is just to go to d1. What? How's this hard? Yeah, there, you did it. Now you take my rook. Congrats, you figured out the problem. Congrats. Now we want to stop the shenanigans. The easiest way to do it is to threaten the queen. Okay. They are in a really good position compared to how bad we are, but it all depends on how good they actually move their pieces. Like if they try and check me again, they're going to have a bad time. Because now we can simply go over here. See, the correct move is of course right there. We cannot do anything but move our piece in front. Ah, dang it. I think this is a loss. I think this is a loss. Yep. All right. How long have I been recording? I'm not 100% sure. So I will just do another game in here. Oh, we get black. Interesting. They have allowed me to go over this way. Okay, what the heck? Are they just doing the standard London? But aren't they supposed to move their horses out? Now what do we want to do? We have a few options at our expense, or at our opponent's expense, I should say. Because I can go here. What does that threaten? Threatens these. Doesn't really do much for us though. I think the correct play would be to pressure this pawn here. So to do that, we want to build up our defense here. Interesting choice. We want to open the center. They have offered to, what have they offered us here? Essentially, I believe best play for us is to go, what do we want to do here? This is currently under threat, which we don't like. So I think my best move is to go here. But then that gives me an undefended pawn. Whereas if I move this one, I defend my other pawn twice. And I stop this attack. Sure, they can take here. But I think we're in the better position here. Moving that pawn always messes up the Dutch defense. And they chose to go forward. So what do we want to do in response to that? We want to take the free outpost. Right? We want to take the free outpost. You have offered us a free outpost. Thank you, my kind sir. That was not... Oh, that was the correct play. I cannot move. Very good. Very good. So now our correct play is to free our boy. Better move that bishop. Okay, choosing to go up. We want to go up as well. Interesting, so they did take. And why is that an issue for us? Because there's nothing really good coming out of this trade for us. If we don't take, they take our rook. So we really gotta do it. And then if we do that, we get put into check. If I take here, they have too many options right there. Would the correct play to be move the rook up and stop the check? But then they just take that rook. Oh, this is a really bad spot to be in. I have a lot of time, so let's think. I take, he takes, we're in check, we have to move. I push here, he can't take, but he can take that way and still come out relatively on top. So I think I really like this play the most out of all the plays I have available, or I can simply move the king. No, let's do this. Okay, they chose to take, to which we now, of course, have to take. There's not really much we can do, because if we don't, we lose our queen for no reason whatsoever. So up we go, take. They take. We are in check. I believe the correct play is to simply walk backwards. Now what? Now what is your choice? Because now my next play is to push my rook up. all my stuff is pretty well defended, so they're going to have a hard time navigating this. They are up a lot of pieces where I am not. So I am in a really difficult position. Actually, if I move my rook up, they just take with their pawn. This is not a good time. But they have to be really careful. And so do we. So let's see what they decide to do here. I thought you can draw on the board with a right click, but apparently not. I don't know. I'm right clicking, yet nothing's happening. They choose to go and threaten me here, which is not a good move because that now allows me to go here, right? Okay, they are threatening this pawn in the back, or they are threatening to go here. What do we want to do in response to the threat? The easiest is to just move up here. Okay, a lot more thinking. That was, I think moving your knight was a smart play in the long term, but short term, not very smart. Okay, interesting. You chose to do it anyway, which does put me in a trickier situation because I have, of course, a lot of complicated options. So if I go here, I'm still in line to fire the queen, which I really don't like. So this is going to be my answer. Okay, choose to take, which makes it so I actually can't take you. Yeah, that's really annoying. Correct play, of course, is to take my rook. The wrong play is not to take my rook, and then I just, of course, go up and take it. Another good play would be, of course, to just move. Well, actually, you can't get there with the queen. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. See if he finds the correct play. It's literally just take my rook. But he has spent, I think, a minute thinking about this. I have got myself into a horrible position and really just don't know how to... What? Okay. It's a very weird spot to be in. I can threaten this. And then if they take, my knight is free to move again. Leaving that there. I can simply move up. No, I can't. I can only go up here. So the choice is to move the rook or to move the pawn. What would be the correct move? Let's move the pawn. We move back, we lose the rook, so let's move it forward. Okay, I am in a really scum spot now. Not really anything I can do. Yep, besides move back. Alright, that's game. Alright. We probably mess up a lot. Let's see where we wait for the computer. Why is the computer so slow? Calculating. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep. It likes f6, but the best move it liked was moving the pawn, which I can see, but that made him do a silly play. Is excellent. Still wants me to move e6. I don't want to move e6, g7, castle. Okay, the correct play, I guess, is to move the pawn forward. In the Dutch opening, we pushed there. He blundered. The correct move was to take. My correct move was to take with my pawn. Yes, I am blind. Correct move was still just to take the pawn. Okay, correct move actually was to move over that way, which does create a line on that file down to the rook, which does make sense. Blunder, what's stopping me from taking the bishop? Nothing. But I thought if I took the bishop... Oh, but then the knight defends on the back. Who let me play chess? Alright, I don't even want it. I'm going to lay down, think about life, contemplate my existence. Thank you for watching.